Dear Starseed, something in you has been quietly unsettled lately. Not about yourself, but about someone you love, your daughter. And that feeling you've been carrying, the one that sits just beneath the surface of every ordinary moment, is not anxiety. It's awareness. I am Azeron, a representative of the High Council of Sirius, and I want you to know what you've been sensing around her is real. You are not imagining it. A mother's or father's connection to their child runs deeper than this lifetime, deeper than this dimension. And what you feel in your bones about her right now deserves to be taken seriously. By the end of this message, you'll understand what has been gathering around her energy, why it is happening at this specific moment in her journey, and what your presence in her life means on a level that goes far beyond what most parents are ever shown. There are children walking this earth right now who carry an extraordinarily high light signature. They came here with a purpose that, when fully remembered, will contribute something significant to the healing of this world. Your daughter is one of them. And that light, as beautiful as it is, also makes her sensitive to the heaviness in the world around her, to the emotional turbulence of others, to energies that do not originate from her own heart. What you've been noticing in her moods, in her eyes, in the quiet distance that sometimes comes over her, that is not who she is. It is what she is absorbing. The bond between the two of you is not ordinary. She did not arrive in your life by accident. Your energy is her anchor, the steady current beneath whatever turbulence moves through her. And the most powerful thing you can offer her right now costs nothing and requires no ritual. Only your conscious, grounded, loving presence. When your field is calm, hers remembers how to return to calm. That is the Sirian way. Still water steadies still water. There is more to understand about what is happening for her right now and why this particular season of her life carries such weight. What comes next will bring that picture into focus. And I'm grateful you are here with me now. You've been watching her closely. Not with the eyes of control, not with the sharp gaze of a warden monitoring a prisoner, but with the eyes of a parent whose heart is exquisitely tuned, like an ancient mariner reading the slightest change in the waters. You feel the subtle currents shifting, the atmospheric pressure in her energetic field. It's an intuitive radar, humming silently within you. One day your daughter feels expansive like a clear summer sky, her spirit open, soft, unmistakably herself. She moves with a lightness that reflects her inner world. And then, without warning, sometimes without any discernible external trigger, her entire emotional landscape shifts. Her vibrant energy dulls, as if a cloud has passed over the sun. Her gaze, once direct and luminous, gets distant, far away, as though she's peering into an unseen realm, or perhaps retreating into one. She may become unusually irritated by minor inconveniences, suddenly withdrawn from connections she usually cherishes, or emotionally reactive in ways that simply don't align with what's actually happening around her. The intensity of her response feels disproportionate, almost alien, and in those poignant, perplexing moments, something deep within your soul whispers, a knowing older than logic. This isn't just a phase. This isn't merely teenage angst or a passing mood. Something profound is touching her field. Something unseen is influencing her very essence. If you've been caught in the relentless cycle of blaming yourself, tossing and turning through sleepless nights, wondering if you missed a crucial sign, if you somehow caused this seismic shift, if you're tragically failing her as a parent, let that heavy weight, that oppressive burden of guilt and self-recrimination, loosen its grip now. Imagine it as a dense, dark cloak you've been carrying, and now you can simply let it fall from your shoulders. Because what you are sensing, this undeniable gut-level knowing, is profoundly real. It is not a figment of an overactive imagination, nor is it merely anxiety manifesting. Your heightened sensitivity, which you may have dismissed as a flaw or a weakness, is in fact a potent form of spiritual recognition. It is your soul's discerning faculty, activating to acknowledge a truth that exists beyond the physical. Indeed, there are myriad shifts that naturally arise from the human experience, the turbulent currents of hormones reshaping a young body, the crushing pressures of social expectations, the simple depletion of fatigue, or the inevitable growing pains that accompany the expansion of consciousness and identity. Yes, these are all real, and they contribute to the tapestry of development. But then, there are shifts that emanate from something far subtler, something deeply energetic and spiritually significant, the precise moment a bright, luminous soul, like a nascent star, begins to glow in a way that can no longer be ignored, can no longer be contained by conventional boundaries. It is at this threshold, this moment of emergent brilliance, that lower, hungrier currents, like shadows stirred from the deep or energetic static drawn to a signal, begin circling that nascent light. Their purpose is not necessarily to extinguish it entirely, but to dim it, to dilute its purity, to cloud its radiance, hoping to prevent its full stabilization. They seek to destabilize the field before the soul can fully anchor its awakened frequency. But let us be unequivocally clear, that does not mean your child is broken, flawed, or somehow diminished. Far from it. It does not mean you, dear parent, are powerless, standing by helplessly as an invisible force acts upon your beloved. Quite the opposite. It means something magnificent, something ancient and powerful is waking up within her. It is an internal blossoming, a spiritual remembrance taking root, a deep wellspring of innate wisdom beginning to flow. And you, precious one, are not just a parent in this sacred moment, operating solely from earthly parameters. Your role is far grander, far more profound. You are a keeper of the shoreline, watching for subtle changes in the energetic tides that ebb and flow around her. You are a guardian of frequency, holding a resonant space that helps her maintain her energetic integrity. You are a steady ocean presence, an unshakable anchor of love and calm, a vast body of unconditional acceptance she can feel in her deepest essence, even when she cannot articulate or explain the mysterious waves of experience she's navigating. Your being provides a constant, reassuring hum in her evolving field. Within the intricate tapestry of cosmic connections, many children of Sirius, those souls born with a unique energetic signature, a specific spiritual blueprint, carry a distinct kind of family contract. This is not a contract written on paper, but one that reverberates through bloodlines, echoes through ancestral memory, and is woven into the invisible architecture of the soul itself. It is ancient in its origin, quiet in its activation, and deeply potent in its implications. This soul contract often activates and intensifies through the sacred parent-child bond, precisely because that bond is one of the very few pathways strong enough, pure enough, and unconditional enough to carry both profound protection and deep remembrance at the same time. It acts as a dual-purpose conduit, safeguarding the awakening while simultaneously triggering the parent's own dormant knowing. So when you notice her energy shift, when you feel that almost imperceptible change in her vibrational field, it is not proof that you are losing her, that she is drifting away, or that your connection is fracturing. On the contrary, it is unequivocal proof that you are connected, deeply, intrinsically, and cosmically. It is evidence of the profound energetic tether that binds your souls, a cord of light responsive to every tremor and ripple in her inner world. The physical and energetic manifestations of this deep bond vary as widely as the constellations themselves. Some parents feel this sacred connection as a persistent heaviness in the chest, a physical sensation that serves as an intuitive signal, a soul-level vibration reverberating through their being. Others experience it as a constant, almost hyper-alertness, a finely tuned internal radar always scanning the horizon of her energetic state. Many report starting to wake at the same anomalous hour every night, drawn from sleep by an unseen pull, their subconscious mind working overtime. Still others begin having remarkably vivid and symbolic dreams, dreams of vast, undulating waters, of ancient, echoing temples, of intricate winding corridors, of old, hallowed stone structures, or the haunting, persistent sensation of searching for someone or something vital. These are not random neurological firings or mere coincidences. They are the profound, archetypal ways your deeper knowing speaks to you, the language your soul uses when everyday words and logical explanations are simply not wide enough, not capacious enough to contain the truths it seeks to convey. They are echoes from an older wisdom, fragments of a forgotten memory attempting to surface. The interference you're sensing, this energetic friction, rarely announces itself with dramatic, overt displays that are easily identifiable. It doesn't typically arrive with a grand entrance. Instead, it's usually smaller, far more strategic, insidious in its subtlety, like a persistent whisper rather than a shout. It operates on the principle of energetic erosion. It rides on the wave of overwhelm, amplifying the feeling of having too much to do, too many demands, leading to mental fog and energetic scattering. It subtly amplifies self-doubt, feeding the inner critic, causing her to question her worth, her intuition, and her very identity. It gently nudges her toward isolation, making social interactions feel draining and encouraging withdrawal from light-filled connections. It cunningly encourages harsh, critical thoughts, not just about herself, but about others, thoughts that often sound alien and do not resonate with her true, loving nature. And most strategically, it pulls her into intense emotional extremes, rapid swings between elation and despair, anger and apathy, then leaves her feeling utterly emptied, drained, and deeply ashamed of her reactions, creating a cycle of self-flagellation that further weakens her field. And here's a critical piece of the puzzle. The very moment you, as a parent, respond to these shifts with fear, with panic, with a contracting energy of worry, this lower interference attempts to feed on that fear too. Why? Because fear, in its essence, fractures the energetic field. It creates cracks, fissures, and vulnerabilities. It makes the frequency of love, which should be her strongest shield, feel shaky, uncertain, and inconsistent. It compromises the coherence of the protective matrix you naturally provide. However, love that is conscious, love that is deliberately chosen, cultivated and radiated, creates profound coherence. It doesn't just soothe, it fortifies. It generates a resonant shield, an impenetrable energetic boundary woven from pure intention and unwavering presence. This shield protects not by force, but by vibrational integrity. Your intention, dear one, matters infinitely more than you were ever taught to believe by conventional wisdom. It is not merely a fleeting thought or a spoken wish. It is a fundamental energetic force. We're not talking about the kind of intention you speak once, perhaps even in a moment of desperation, and then forget as daily life resumes its demands. No, this is the kind of intention you become. The kind that lives in your cells, pulses in your heartbeat, and emanates from your very presence. It is the unwavering, quiet, yet immensely potent declaration that says steadily, unequivocally, in this home, only what is aligned with truth, light, and love may remain. In this family, only what is true, pure, and constructive may touch our hearts and minds. My child is not available for distortion, not susceptible to energies that seek to dim her light or mislead her path. Indeed, when that intention truly lives in you, when it is embodied and broadcasted from your core, it becomes like sacred salt in water. It is a purifying agent, actively clearing what doesn't belong, dissolving stagnant or discordant energies. It actively restores the natural, sovereign boundary of the body and the spirit, sealing the field against unwelcome intrusions. This intention is a constant energetic prayer, a protective frequency you broadcast into your shared space. And yes, holding this space, embodying this intention can feel profoundly exhausting. There will be days when the inner struggle is immense, especially when you are striving to maintain an outward calm, a steady demeanor, while your own inner waters are churning with concern, questions, and perhaps even a touch of panic. You may find yourself wrestling with existential questions, asking yourself repeatedly, why is this happening to her? Why now, at this precise juncture in her life? The answer is both simple and profound. Because bright souls carrying significant light and a specific spiritual mission, are often approached and tested precisely at the edge of their awakening. Not because they are weak or vulnerable in a detrimental way, but because they are close. They are tantalizingly close to remembering their innate sensitivity, not as a burden or a flaw, but as their most potent strength, a finely tuned instrument for navigating the multidimensional realities. They are close to outgrowing the limiting patterns and ancestral karmic imprints that the family line has unconsciously carried for generations, ready to forge a new path. They are close to breaking an old, lingering spell of silence, of ancestral shame, or of profound emotional suppression that has echoed through their lineage. They are close to becoming truly unmanageable for anything that survives by perpetuating dimness, fear, or spiritual stagnation. Their light is becoming too bright to be contained by old structures. Sometimes, the very moment a child begins this deep awakening process, the entire family system around them also begins to subtly, or sometimes dramatically, rearrange itself. It's like sacred geometry realigning from the inside out, where the invisible energetic blueprint of the family shifts. What was once tolerated, old compromises, unexpressed resentments, superficial peace, suddenly becomes intolerable. What was carefully hidden, perhaps for generations, family secrets, unaddressed traumas, unspoken truths, starts to surface, demanding acknowledgement and healing. What was considered normal no longer fits, feeling constricting and inauthentic. And the child, with their pure, unadulterated energetic signal, often feels and expresses this systemic shift first, acting as a sensitive barometer for the collective. So if you've been thinking with a mixture of awe and bewilderment, why does she feel everything so intensely? Why is her emotional landscape so vast and resonant? The profound and simple truth is this: it's because she came encoded to. Her soul specifically chose this level of deep sensitivity, this porousness to subtle energies, as part of her unique spiritual blueprint and life mission. It is her divine design. The ancient builders by the majestic Nile River, those master architects of sacred structures, understood something exquisitely simple yet profound. When a temple is being activated, when its energetic grid is coming online, the very air around it changes. The subtle vibrations shift, the animals feel it, their instincts responding to the unseen currents. The people, whether consciously aware or not, feel it, sensing a palpable shift in the atmosphere. And most certainly, the unseen realms, the energetic entities and currents, feel it too, drawn to the rising frequency. Your daughter is not a problem to be analyzed, categorized, or fixed. She is not a broken vessel requiring repair. She is, in her radiant essence, a magnificent light to be stabilized, anchored, and honored. And you, dear parent, are not meant to do this perfectly. There is no manual for this cosmic assignment, no flawless execution. You are meant to do it present. Your unwavering presence, your conscious awareness, your full heart-centered engagement, that is what makes your protection real, potent, and truly effective. Your presence is the sacred container. There's something else you absolutely need to hear. A piece of insight that will fundamentally change how you perceive and move through the next few weeks, giving you a new lens through which to understand these subtle battles. Lower interference, Those discordant energetic currents primarily targets what it cannot own. It cannot truly possess or extinguish the pure, sovereign light of a soul, but it can attempt to disrupt it, to scatter its coherence. It leans into the cracks created by your exhaustion, by the chaos that can engulf a household, and most powerfully, by your self-blame. It doesn't need to be inherently strong or powerful in its own right. If it can successfully convince you to doubt yourself, to question your intuition, to believe in your own inadequacy, if it can manipulate you into believing you're failing, that you're a weak link in the chain, it can effectively get you to unconsciously loosen your own energetic field, to drop your guard, thereby opening the very portal it seeks. Therefore, the first and most fundamental protection is not an elaborate ritual, a complex spell, or a forgotten incantation. The first protection is the steadfast, unwavering refusal of the story that you are powerless. It is a declaration of your inherent authority, a reclaiming of your sovereign energetic space. You are her anchor, an immovable point in a shifting sea. And not because you can or should attempt to control her emotions, for her emotions are hers to feel and process, but because you can masterfully keep your own inner waters steady enough. Your internal calm creates a resonant field of safety that allows her system to remember what stability, security, and pure, unconditional love feels like again. It is a blueprint of calm for her own nervous system. This is precisely why your calm matters so profoundly. Your breath, deep and rhythmic, matters as an energetic modulator. Your home's emotional tone, the pervasive feeling within your living space, matters as a fundamental environmental factor. The way you speak her name, the vibrational quality of your words, matters. The way you look at her, especially when she's not at her best, when she's stormy or withdrawn, matters beyond measure. For your gaze can either condemn or affirm her essential worth. A child's sensitive nervous system listens not just to the words you speak, but to the truth, the congruence, the pure frequency underneath those words. It feels the energetic integrity of your communication. So when she's caught in a storm of emotion, don't match the storm with your own fear or frustration. Instead, be the shore, steadfast, unmoving, absorbing the impact, offering a boundary without resistance. When she's distant, withdrawn into her inner world, don't chase her in a panic, bombarding her with questions or demands. Stay available, warm and consistent, a steady beacon of love she knows she can always return to. When she's sharp, lashing out with words that sting, don't take it as a personal betrayal. Understand it as an overflow, an energetic discharge of intense, unmanaged feelings that are seeking release. And when she finally becomes tender again, when you perceive your daughter returning like a gentle tide coming back to shore after a tempest, don't interrogate it. Don't demand explanations for her shift. Just let the waters settle naturally. Allow her the grace and space to feel that she can come back to herself, to her true essence, without judgment, without punishment, without the fear of consequence for her temporary emotional turbulence. Because a fundamental part of her awakening, of her deep spiritual maturation, will be learning this profound truth. Emotions are powerful, energetic currents that can move through her, can be felt and expressed without ever becoming her identity. They are visitors, not residents. And a crucial part of your sacred mission, yes, a divine mission, is modeling that very truth for her, demonstrating healthy emotional flow and energetic sovereignty. There's a reason water, in all its forms, has always felt like home to you, dear one. If what you're feeling right now is not just resonating, but deeply confirming something you've carried in your soul, something you've intrinsically known your whole life, then the Sirian Water Codes is your next vital step. It is a profound immersion into ancient Sirian healing practices, transmissions passed down through the sacred waters themselves. This resource offers potent techniques for releasing energetic imprints that were never truly yours, activating dormant spiritual memory through the evocative sound of rain, and sealing your frequency with the purifying essence of salt and the focused power of clear intention. You'll find the link to access this transformative resource in the first pinned comment below, but please be aware it will only be available briefly. Now, let's deeply walk through what this often looks like in real time, so you can stop questioning your profound instincts and begin truly trusting the undeniable, unfolding pattern of awakening. In the beginning, this journey often feels like an engulfing confusion. It's like you're trying to parent through a dense, impenetrable fog, navigating without clear landmarks or a reliable compass. You struggle to differentiate what's normal developmental behavior, what's a spiritual activation, what's purely emotional turbulence, and what's simply social pressure. This profound uncertainty, this blurring of categories, can make you second-guess everything, eroding your confidence. But understand this: fog is not failure. Fog is a vital stage of transition. The waters of consciousness often get cloudy, opaque and turbulent when old, stagnant energy, old programs, and outdated beliefs begin dissolving, releasing their grip. Something deep within her is loosening, unwinding, and the entire system, both hers and yours, is recalibrating to a higher frequency. It's a necessary energetic detox. Then, gradually, painstakingly, you start noticing a pattern. Small, repeatable shifts that once recognized become unmistakable. You observe that certain places seem to energetically drain her, leaving her depleted. Certain people seem to consistently agitate her, stirring up discord. Certain times of day feel inexplicably heavier, denser. Her sleep patterns undergo dramatic changes, fluctuating between restless nights and excessive drowsiness. Her appetite may wax and wane unpredictably. Her creative flow, which once seemed boundless, may surge with brilliant intensity only to vanish without a trace, leaving her feeling frustrated. Most significantly, her sensitivity spikes, becoming almost painfully acute. This heightened awareness, this porosity to external stimuli, is your clear cue that her energetic field is actively expanding, opening to new levels of perception, and in response, her energetic boundaries are desperately trying to form and solidify. This state of expanded sensitivity without stable, well-defined boundaries can feel precisely like being flooded, an overwhelming deluge of sensations, emotions, and energies that are difficult to process or contain. It's a call to conscious boundary work. Next comes a phase often characterized by a profound stillness that can deeply alarm and even scare parents. The period where she seems unmotivated, profoundly withdrawn, or so deeply not herself that it's unsettling. This is precisely where you might feel an overwhelming temptation to push her, to try and fix her, to demand energy or engagement from her. But what outwardly appears like stalling, like inertia or even regression, is often a crucial process of anchoring. Imagine a mighty river, pooling quietly, gathering its immense power and flow before it finds the next passage, the next cascading waterfall. Her entire system is engaged in a deep, internal process of trying to stabilize what it can't yet consciously name or articulate, integrating new energetic frequencies, processing subconscious material, and consolidating her expanded awareness. This stillness is a sacred period of inner integration. Following this, the energetic current begins to subtly, yet undeniably, shift your entire home environment. Conversations, once predictable, begin to change in tone and content. Old family dynamics that once served a purpose, however dysfunctional, no longer work, no longer hold their previous power. You may suddenly find your own emotions intensifying, becoming more volatile or more profoundly felt, as if your own inner landscape is being stirred. You may abruptly begin to see patterns in your family line, understanding with stark clarity who was historically allowed to feel and express, who was forced to stay quiet and suppress their truth, and who unconsciously carried everyone else's unspoken pain and unhealed wounds. This is not random, it is a meticulously designed aspect of the soul contract. The child's awakening often acts as a potent catalyst, activating the parent's own deep remembrance and initiating a parallel process of healing and growth. The bond is designed precisely for this mutual evolution. After that, the essential process of clearing truly begins. And let us be honest, clearing, particularly energetic and emotional clearing, can be profoundly messy. This is the stage when big elemental feelings rise to the surface. Old, long-buried grief that surfaces without a clear, linear story. Anger that doesn't seem to know where to go or what its true target is. And tears that flow freely, profusely, without a readily identifiable trigger. This is not regression back to an earlier stage of development. This is powerful, sacred release. Imagine a river that does not carry every stone forever. It lets some sink, some dissolve, and it keeps flowing, purifying itself. Your primary job in this intense phase is not to stop the release, to stem the flow of emotion, or to try and put the lid back on. Your sacred job is to simply keep it safe, to create an unconditionally loving, non-judgmental container for her process, allowing the river of her emotions to flow freely and cleanse itself. Then comes the profound, liberating moment when you finally stop thinking you're eternally behind, endlessly catching up. You realize with a surge of relief that there was never a perfect timeline for this unfolding, no ideal schedule to adhere to. You begin to deeply understand that all the delays, all the agonizing confusion, all the nights you cried in private, questioning your every move, none of it disqualified you. On the contrary, every single moment of challenge shaped you, refined you, and prepared you for this very role. Just as the tide doesn't rush its arrival, moving with an ancient, unhurried rhythm, it always inevitably arrives. And so do you, in your perfect, divine timing. And finally, the phase that transforms everything. You step fully into protection without the crippling weight of fear. This is not a tense, reactive protection born of anxiety, but a powerful, steady protection born of profound coherence. You stop spiraling into cycles of doubt and worry. You cease bargaining with self-doubt and surrender the need for external validation. You become an unshakable, steady presence, centered in your own truth. And your unwavering steadiness, your luminous inner calm, becomes a clear, palpable language that your daughter can feel deeply, resonating in her very bones, a profound sense of safety she carries with her. Because the ultimate truth, the fundamental spiritual law underpinning all of this, is profoundly simple yet infinitely powerful. Your love, dear one, is not just comfort. It is not merely a soft blanket or a kind word. Your love is architecture. It is a foundational structural force. It forms a field, an invisible yet tangible energetic matrix around her. It is a living geometry around her delicate nervous system and her radiant soul. Like a calm, consistent ocean current that gently, tirelessly keeps pulling her back toward herself, toward her true center, whenever the world's discordant energies attempt to scatter her or pull her off course. And this, perhaps, is why the interference, the subtle energetic attacks, bothers you so intensely. Not because you are failing, but precisely because something deep within you, an ancient memory, remembers exactly what she is. Something profound in you recognizes how incredibly rare and precious it is for a soul to carry that kind of unadulterated, brilliant light, that pure frequency in a world that so often and so tragically rewards numbness, conformity, and spiritual amnesia. Your discomfort is a testament to your remembrance. The moment you consciously choose to stop meeting this interference with panic, with fear, or with a reactive energy, you fundamentally change the entire energetic equation. You shift the dynamic, you reclaim your power, and you alter the very fabric of the interaction. Lower currents, lower vibrational energies cannot hold their dissonant shape inside a truly coherent, high-frequency field. They may brush against the edge of her field. They may test the perimeter, probing for weaknesses, but they cannot root. They cannot take hold. They cannot truly embed where love is steady, intentional, unwavering, and fully awake. Your conscious love becomes the impenetrable barrier. So tonight, if it feels right to your soul, do something profoundly simple, yet immensely powerful. When she is asleep, a time when her subconscious is most open and receptive, or even when she is quietly in her room, perhaps awake but in her own space, place one hand gently over your heart, connecting to your sacred emotional center, and the other hand over your lower belly, grounding into your creative and intuitive power. Breathe deeply and rhythmically, as if you are breathing in perfect synchronicity with the vast, ancient ocean. Slow, deep, and patient breaths, expanding and contracting with the universal flow. And then, quietly, with absolute conviction and unwavering intention, say these words aloud or whisper them silently into the energetic field you are creating. My love is a safe water for you. Only what is aligned with your highest truth, your purest essence, and divine love may touch you. Only what is true, good, and resonant with your soul's blueprint may remain within your field. You are held, you are protected, you are constantly gracefully returning to yourself, to your authentic, radiant essence. Speak these words not as a desperate plea, not as a request born of fear or lack. Speak them as a frequency, a deliberate, powerful, vibrational broadcast of truth and intention. Because you are not begging the universe for help, as if you are powerless and separate. You are remembering your profound, sacred role in the cosmic contract you entered into. You are activating your inherent power as a co-creator and protector. And dear one, know this truth deep in your bones. Let it resonate through every cell. You would not have been entrusted with this magnificent, luminous child if you were not built by divine design to hold this precise, pivotal moment in her awakening and your own. Before you go, leave one word in the comments, just one, that describes what you felt during this message. Then find someone else's word and respond with encouragement. This isn't just a comment section, it's a space where starseeds recognize each other. And that recognition carries more power than you know. If something in this message touched you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you'd like to keep receiving these transmissions, subscribe. The waters of Sirius will carry us to the next one. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your space, and I'm grateful you were here.